Wool Wars is a Hypixel minigame that released like about a year ago, and it really didn't have a lot of success when it initially released. But recently, it's been getting way more popular due to two things primarily. One of them is that tournament that's going on over there, and the other one is a rank server that opened up recently, which has been pretty dang popular and has gotten the player count to go a lot higher. So if you're new to Wool Wars playing on ranked or for the tournament, and you have like no idea what the kits are, then this is the video for you. Alright, so the first kit we're going to look at is Archer, because Archer is like actually goated on the sticks for a few reasons. You get like speed and a bow, and your ability is step back, so you can basically just get out of any sticky situations, kind of like that, and you can like run over here, and then you get first or instant health, and then you can just combo people, because with the speed... Oh wait, that's an enemy. With the speed, you can basically just run away and like turn around and just do that, and then kill people. Yeah, which is nice.
It's overpowered. It's like... It is the meta, and in ranked Wool Wars as a rule, you can only have 2 archers.
Because they're so good.
Yeah. The archer kit has a wooden axe, and you have arrows that regenerate when you hit someone. So you have 6 arrows that you start with, and
it's important to hit
if
your
you
shots.
hit someone with the arrow, you will get the arrow back. So it's a little broken. Very, very like archer-based game. Like if you have a good archer on your team, you will win.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest mistake people make when they're playing the archer class is they play very solo. They don't play with the team.
Mm-hmm.
You have to play with the team, otherwise, what are you even doing with your life? It's Wool Wars. It's a team game.
Literally, yeah.
Biggest thing about Wool Wars, especially in ranked, you just gotta stick with your team, man. Unless you're flanking or being told to do something else. You gotta go with the team, man. A 4v3 is very, very winnable. Even if your players are like inherently worse at the game. Wow, this guy's getting bow spammed. Oh.
Yeah, so that's an example of one archer is pretty dang good. 9 out of the top 10 ranked players are archers. That's crazy. All right, so now Swordsman is pretty similar, but if you're playing it in a team situation, you want to kind of go for... Actually, I don't really know what I'm talking about. You guys run up with this one.
Hold up. This guy's lagging out a lot.
Poor guy.
The biggest thing about Swordsman is not taking 1v1s usually. Especially on like certain maps. Actually, I can't really say that reliably. I'm gonna get flamed because you can just take 1v1s and win them.
Like eco trade.
If it's like a smart, if it's a smart 1v1, but in most cases in ranked, you're gonna be sticking together as a team, and if you like walk off to like kill somebody,
you die.
You usually like you either win and your team is like alone, or like you die and then you're down a player. You know what I mean? But it's like in either situation, you shouldn't be
right. Like so, right there when I was chasing that guy, if I kept going, the other bozo down there would have beat me up, or this guy just would have like comboed me.
But I'm gonna be totally completely honest with you. There's so many ways to play Swordsman, and like taking 1v1s is actually like it's not a bad thing at all. It's just like you have to be pretty confident you can win.
You gotta be smart about it.
Yeah, and Hypixel speed 4 PvP is pretty like
crazy.
Indeterminate. Like unless you're way better than the other player, there's like almost like an equal chance of either of you winning, just because like you die so fast in Wool Wars. Another thing about Swordsman is like the speed 4 is great for running away. You might think, oh, I want to chase somebody with it. The best thing you can do with the speed 4 is to run away.
Yeah, it's better to run away from a bad situation to run into a bad situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And the stone sword, like if you crit, you can kill basically every kit in Wool Wars with 4 hits, 4 or less hits.
Swordsman v Swordsman, you takes like three hits, or 2. I mean, 2 crits, 1 normal hit to kill. Tank.
No, it's like 3 hits even if you crit twice, I think, because it's just like stupid. Yeah.
All right. Well, basically, like bottom line, it's fast.
Yeah, stone sword is mad overpowered, and like Swordsman, your job isn't to like initiate the fight.
Run golem.
Your job is to like just snake around back and hit them, backstab them.
Golem,
do all the damage.
Golem.
Golem. Oh, I didn't go Golem.
So Golem also has a stone sword, but you don't get any tools. And we haven't really talked about tools and the importance of middle, because, fillers. But Golem, basically, your ability is the big part of the kit, and you get like a full set of gold armor without the helmet, at least. But you're very much untouchable for the short amount of time you have the gold to an extent, and you have the stone sword. So if you use Golem in like in a good position, it can be big. Like you can win the game. But if you don't, then you're basically just a walking liability. You're like a free kill because you have the least amount of armor and like no tools.
Another big strategy for if you're playing against a golem is going swordsman or archer and baiting a golem. So you can like go near them and like bait out their ability, and then they just don't have armor for the rest of the game, and
Yeah.
they're very easy to kill.
Yeah. So Golem is just very like it's only good for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, best time to go Golem is when you know their team is playing a lot of melee. Yeah, because
there's also specific maps that are very like closed melee maps that are very, very good for Golem. If they're going a lot of melee and going to mid, like Firsty said, if they're going a lot of melee, Golem is very good because you can just get a ton of damage, and like you might not get that many kills, but your teammates definitely got it.
Don't feel
Your job as a Golem and a tank, which we'll talk about next, is to just tank damage and do damage pretty much.
We can run
Now tank.
Tank.
This is probably like the most common kit you'll see.
Because it's just tank is just solid. Like you can't go wrong.
It's just a solid kit.
Yeah, tank is generally the easiest kit. It's really quite simple. You got full armor, you got a wood sword, and your ability is literally just healing.
Yep.
Like all the other kits, like have something a little bit technical to them, like you can play them in a certain way. Tank, you kind of just want to run at people. You want people to just fight you.
Yeah. So the idea is like if you're a tank, you tank hits and you can have a more like high damage class. Just start dealing high damage while somebody's focused on you.
There's also another thing with tank is like you want to pick fights that are smart. Like you obviously want to be like initiating fights on tank, but you also have to make sure the fights that you pick are smart, because if you pick very dumb fights and you die, your teammates are down a tank.
Right.
And like if you play Overwatch, when you're down a tank, you're losing.
It's a perfect
you're
analogy.
Lose.
Yeah.
Tanks are there to like just basically tank.
Yeah,
I mean,
literally, if you play Overwatch,
it's
it's just like you get your
like
tracers
like
or your
lesser
swordsmans. Yeah, it's like slightly less important, but still like the idea is like you need a tank, and you got your Reinhardt's or whatever.
The ability is Giga Heal. You get regen 4 for like 3 seconds. It heals like 3 hearts, I think, over a span of 3 seconds. It's pretty good if you use it correctly. The best time to use it is right when you get into a fight, when you start taking damage from your like regular row rather than your absorption. Biggest thing I see like as an issue with new players is they use it like after they've taken almost like half their health in damage, and in that case you're gonna like probably die before
because you might get
heal even uses all the way.
You might get critted out before the regen goes through, and then it's just kind of a waste.
Assault. All right, Firsty is the #1 assault player. Very undisputed. Assault basically, it's like it's named very incorrectly. Its utility is a better name for it.
Yeah.
But
so
basically you have like way better tools than everybody else.
Yeah.
You have a splash potion of harming, which you can use to start combos, and you also have a knockback TNT as your keystone, which knocks people back within like a 2-block radius, 3-block radius. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
decent amount.
Pretty close. It's not super consistent.
But the idea is that like at middle you can fill really fast, and that can be really clutch in some games.
Yeah, if you're fighting a team that clearly out melees you, or out arches you, and like it's a map where mid isn't very easily seen, you can just sneak your way onto mid and fill
very quickly.
Happens.
Yeah, if you can hotkey properly, it's all the tools you need. You can win a game really quick.
It's a very good kit for messing up how the other team wants to play. So
if
you're assault in middle, they know they have to come middle eventually.
Yep.
Now, you basically control the game.
You force an interaction.
With Archer being so prominent, it just kind of like forces them to do what they don't want. Archers don't want to melee you. They want to go back and shoot you. And when they know that you're going to fill mid in like 5 seconds, if they just leave you alone, they can't really
talk about assault for another game.
Yeah, I agree. Assault, like it's just it's a lot of strategy, because typically what a lot of people like to do is they just like to stab each other until the game's over, and then they fill.
Yeah, and then yeah, exactly. There's basically two strats in the game. There's fill, then stab, and then there's stab, then fill.
Yeah, one good thing about the knockback TNT and your damage pot is during melee fights, obviously when you're together with your team, the fight's more likely to go better. Obviously, when people are separated, they're not able to contribute or do damage. So with the TNT, being able to just blow people back, now they're all separated.
Right, so you can single them out and deal more individual
play
damage to finish
Although
people
we are
off.
the operator, though, so it doesn't matter.
We're losing.
Yeah, we are losing.
Assault's basically a crowd-controlled kit. Engineer is one of the best counters to Assault, because the keystone is to lock middle for 5 seconds, where neither team can place or break blocks.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's really good, especially if you're last NG alive, and they're trying to fill mid.
Yeah.
And this is a very specific scenario, but if they're trying to fill mid and you're the only one left and they're looking down, you can just confuse them for a second.
Yep.
And then kill them. That's such a specific situation.
But it works. It works.
It's just one of the situations I can think of where
sometimes you just get them confused. You just confuse
also you
the
have
enemy.
4 arrows, which is
not bad
different than any other class other than Archer.
Yeah. So the only other class.
It's not a bad kit to play on maps where melee is just it's kind of like a Swordsman. Stone Guard and Fracture, not the worst kit to play, because the absorption pot has a lot more value. Nice jump.
The biggest thing though is in ranked you have 2 Archer maximum, right? So if there's a map that
the extra bow kind of just floating around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's you have an extra bow. Yeah, exactly. Literally, you just have an extra bow on the team.
For
Since there's only 2 archers, if there's specific map I can think of is Anubis. It's the one where there's a shit ton of lava, and mid is literally just a platform over the lava, and it's so incredibly difficult to play if you're not an archer. So going engineer is actually quite meta on that map.
All right, and that's a pretty brief breakdown of the kits. We might do more videos like this explaining different stuff and strategies. The people in this video are top leaderboard players, by the way. I didn't mention that, but they're actually the best of the game, which I guess probably would have been good to preface. But anyway, link to the ranked Discord is in this the description. You should definitely check it out. And besides that, that's all. I'll catch you later.